I could play janky retro games. I mean, I could, but you'd actually have to recommend janky retro games and I have to figure out how to get them. I don't know how I would do that.
Ayo, DSP projecting here. And yeah, I could make a video of all the times DSP could do something but doesn't. But there are just hundreds and hundreds of results in Pig Pig Go, so that would just be too many.
Am I going to get Switch 2? Yes. Am I going to buy 2 Switch 2s? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get 1 Switch 2, let alone 2. I mean, that's like a pipe dream, is it not? Thinking that you're just going to be able to easily buy 2 Switch 2s? I could, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think I'll be lucky to get the pre-order in on 1 Switch 2, to be honest.
And how that actually played out is funnier than any joke I could write.
Giga Chad. Oh my god, that's weird. Can I drink pure ethanol for my birthday? Well, I could, but then that would be my final birthday. And I would like to proceed to have birthdays every year, rather than that just being my last one. I'd like to have more than just the one. That would be good. I do realize that I'm now over the hill. I'm in the second half of my life. I've lived more than I'm going to live. It's kind of sad to think about. But at the same time, I would like to have many more birthdays with my wife, with you. It would be very nice. So let's try to make that happen, shall we? Let's try not to prematurely end things here.
He could spend the rest of his life with his wife, but he wants to spend it with his wife and Giga Chad.
Excuse me. Mrs. Jockstrap tipped $1.11 and says, for the reward, you should react to all Skibidi Toilet episodes. Well, I could do that, but here's the thing. All right, here's the deal, and I'm serious about this too. I would react to all Skibidi Toilet episodes. Think about this. For $5 million. All right, if someone supplied $5 million, I would sit here and literally do a marathon of watching Skibidi Toilet episodes from start to finish. Now you might say, well, why would you need $5 million to react to Skibidi Toilet? Well, it's a very simple concept. If I do that, I'm going to die. You understand? If I actually watch content that's that mind-numbingly stupid, it will actually melt my brain cells, and you'll actually see my brain start to leak out of my ears as we're watching. And by the time that we're done, I will be a vegetable. So therefore, I won't be able to work and earn for my family anymore. So I need to make enough money watching the Skibidi Toilet marathon that I can at least have money to provide for my family for the rest of their life. You know, my wife, my cat Jasper, got to pay off the house. You know what I'm saying? So $5 million's a good amount. From now till the end of my wife's life, I want to provide for her. So there you go. All right. Anyway, let's continue. I got a $5 tip.
Another I could do that but death joke? Is this how he talks to Cat? Cat, I could romance you, but I could die. To be fair, devil's advocate, he's at risk of heart failure or being crushed.
People are saying you're just supposed to drink it straight out of the jar. Like, I mean, I could do that, but how can you tell how much is a shot? I'll just take sips out of the jar if you really want me to, but that's not really an accurate measure, would it be? I don't think so. Anyway, so.
He's so dumb. Just imagine living with him. No Mrs. Z joke here.
That's what I was saying. Yes, the podcast outro song. That's the King is Back outro song. I could do that, but people might complain. It's too low. It's going to be annoying. What is that anyway? I don't even know what that is. I'd have to figure out what video source that is. I don't even know. I can't do it right now. All right, let's continue. So, all right. So this one's going to be pretty interesting.
He could do it until the next sentence when he realized he couldn't do it, but could still totally do it, I'm sure.
My audio sounds fine on iOS. I can't mess with the limiter because when you turn on the auto gain function, it auto limits as well. I would have to go to do a manual gain and manual limiter. Like I could do that, but I have it on auto and people told me on auto it sounded better than before. That's why I have it on auto right now.
But that time, it can't be done. But he could do it. But he won't.
Bugged Mike Mechanic says, what if you use your second webcam for gameplay segments so we get a front view like the old days, but the other one is for your podcast? I could do that, but I have no lighting. Like, the lighting is from this direction. I would have to buy a whole other light setup. I would have to buy a second light with another tripod, somehow set up over here, which, by the way, there's no room. The door is literally right here, and the TV's here. There's no room to put a light in front of me. You wouldn't, if I put a webcam right here, you just see light and shadow. You wouldn't even see, it wouldn't look good. That's the problem. You guys are looking for insane, high-level, like, studio professional shit in a cramped office. Like, it's not viable. I'm not in a giant fucking studio like Joe Rogan with $1 million set. I'm doing the best I can with the space that I have here.
Wait, I thought he had a professional studio now that he invested all that money into it. You know, instead of paying for more than one blood test for his dying wife.
So I took him out. A bunch of them anyway. I try to be as nice as I could, but if they don't want to listen and they just want to make it so that no one can enjoy the chat, then they're gone. Sorry.
He could not talk like a complete abuser, but they didn't listen. So...
John Philip Stamos says, I want to see you razz PPP back. So here's the thing. I could, but then I have to, like, research him. Here, the problem with that is, it's not really a problem, but here's the challenge with that, right? I literally have a gigantic group of obsessed weirdo nut jobs who every day take every single thing that I say and do into some incredibly exaggerated context to try to make money off of ridiculous content, right? So every day, everyone literally can know my business just by opening YouTube and searching for DSP, and 17 detractor videos come up, and there's your content. Now you know what Phil's up to, right? In order for me to know what's going on with PPP, there's not much I can do. He doesn't have much of a public presence outside of him doing Kino Casino. So if he's not doing Casino, there's not much to talk about. And in addition to that, I don't have time to watch Kino Casino. Like, I'm being real with you. I don't. I work so much. I don't have time to sit there and watch their show. I mean, some people have even said, we haven't seen you, pop in for a casino in a long time. What gives? I don't have time. I'm just so busy that I don't have time. They're broadcasting when I'm broadcasting. Sometimes by the time that I have free time, they're already offline. So I don't have time for it. So it's hard to grill someone when you just don't have opportunity to know everything going on with them. I'm sure if I watched like 2 episodes of Kino Casino that I would have enough, but I don't have time to do it.
He's too busy drunk texting with Andy in the chat to actually watch the show.
Clay JT says, if you're getting a bunch of things, there's a $7.99 each coupon. Pizzas are medium 2 topping. I'm going to have to look into it because, like, with Domino's, I could basically get it delivered without a delivery app, right? I could, but then the problem is then I still got to give them special instructions on how to get in because I live in a private community. I got to figure this out. What do you mean my tips link isn't working? Yes, it is. I literally just received a tip and I checked myself and it's working. So you're full of crap. The tip is, you're so making it up. All right.
He could solve it the same exact way he solved it on every other app, but he despises his fans so much he won't. Unlike the way I don't despise you, especially if you made it this far. I know you could comment, like, or even subscribe, but I have to say thank you first, and deuces. Cat, I could romance you, but I could die. Cat, I could romance you, but I could die. Cat, I could romance you, but I could die.